Guys, Ricardo here and welcome to another Blog Tech Tips. Today I'm going to have the 1 month review of the Samsung Galaxy S8. Now I have had this device for an entire month and I'm going to basically share my experience with you by dividing this review after a month into several sections. So guys, the first thing I want to talk about with the Samsung Galaxy S8, which is a very great device. It actually looks quite stunning. And what you love about this device right outside of the box, guys, is that it's a great combination of glass and metal. I like how the back and the front curve. It feels quite good in the hand. You will actually feel like you're holding a futuristic phone. It actually has that immersive experience that you get from the Infinity display, as most of the front of the display of this device is actually screen. So you get a lot of screen real estate. Now the display itself is the most captivating thing about this phone. You get a whopping 2960 by 1440, which is the resolution of the screen. And another thing that you'll love, guys, is that the pixel per inch on this screen, you have 567 ppi on this display. That makes pictures and text super sharp. And if you look at the screen itself right now with this wallpaper that I actually have, you'll notice that it's quite detailed. You actually get to see everything. Now another thing about the display is that it makes everything look beautiful, from videos to pictures and so on. Alright, now next thing I want to talk about is the camera on this device, which is this one on the back, which is the main sensor, which is 12 megapixel with a f-stop of 1.7. Alright, now the f-stop allows extra light to enter the camera. Right, the front camera is actually a 8 megapixel with the same f-stop. Now actually, if you go into gallery here, I'll show you some pictures that was taken with the phone, and something that you'll realize is that pictures that are taken with this phone is actually quite beautiful. It does a great job of actually making sure that the background of shots are blurred. As you can see, some of these pictures I'll actually put on screen to display the quality of the camera. The pictures are super sharp, super detailed. You can actually zoom and look at all the details. It will actually look quite nice. The camera does a good job, and something I've realized with compared to my older devices is that this camera can actually take a perfect shot in just one shot. So if you're accustomed to taking several shots, such as 3 pictures or so on, you just can actually take one and you'll get a perfect shot each time. So it takes out the trouble out of capturing pictures, right? And as you can see here as well, pictures turn out quite nice, especially if the lighting is very good. You'll notice that environmental shots outside, pictures of food, turn out quite nicely. And of course, you know that the more light that you have around the subject, the greater it will look. However, even in low light situations, pictures still turn out quite nicely. As you can see on screen, pictures look quite nice. You can see a lot of detail in the dark or where there is less light, right? So the phone is ideal for low light or direct light photography, right? The pictures look quite vibrant, even dare I say better than real life, and that's a result of the HDR. But I'll advise that you leave HDR on, actually keep it on auto, and let the phone decide when to actually use the feature. Videos are also super smooth and it captures just as well as the camera. So one of the big captivating features about the Samsung Galaxy S8 is actually the camera. I love the way it captures pictures. It never ceases to amaze. And of course, the display with the curved edges make things very nice. And as we are on the curved edges, guys, the thing I like is that Samsung has reduced the curvature of the edges, making it less of an hassle, and you'll have less problems such as palm rejection and so on. If you actually go into the camera and look at the settings, you'll notice that Samsung has added a bunch of cool new settings. Just a little thing here, the aspect ratio of the pictures is a little bit different from what we're used to, but you do get used to it. Videos can still be recorded in regular HD or in higher resolutions if you like. You have tracking autofocus and a number of cool features within the camera to make the picture taking to your liking. The front camera has been upgraded. it takes even better shots than past devices. You also get to have features such as autofocus, and of course you can use gestures to capture your pictures. Going on over to audio, one of the things you're going to realize with the audio on the phone is that the audio is good. It's not super loud, but it gets the job done. But I have to complain about the placement of the speakers. Due to how tall the displays is, you'll realize that sometimes you'll actually place your finger over the speaker, which will then muffle the sound. So therefore you have to kind of retrain yourself on how to actually hold the phone in hand. Nothing big, but that's actually not something that's good. I'd love if Samsung had actually placed 2 speaker grills at the base, so that if at any time you cover up one speaker with your hands, there'll be another one there to actually play or actually move it from the right side to the left side. So that's my first complaint. Security on this device is quite good. You have the fingerprint scanner. A lot of people have complained that the placement on the back is quite bad, which it is, next to the camera, but that's not anything to actually worry about. What I'd advise, guys, is that you actually use the iris scanner. It works quite well, unless you're having issues, although sometimes that might pop up with some users, but usually those issues can be fixed. So some people will have issues sometimes, but most time than not, the camera and the iris sensor will work flawlessly. All right, next, guys, we have the build quality. I like the metal and glass construction. However, it is less than perfect, as if you were to drop this device, it will shatter. So therefore I advise that you get a very good case, but then you have to be careful of the case and screen protector, tempered glass screen protector combination that you get, as some of them might not work well together. So keep that in mind. I have videos on that, you can actually check it out. All right, gaming on this thing is quite good. For example, if I were to go over here just to show you what I mean, right? So gaming is quite good. So if we look here, you'll notice we have a game. I'm just gonna play this one. And as you can see, guys, the gaming is quite good. The graphics on this thing is quite nice. Alright, so guys, I think the graphics speaks for itself. And as you can see, another thing about the display is that it gets super bright. Even right now the display is not turned up to its max, but then of course it's still providing a super bright experience. What I advise is that you keep the brightness down and adjust it manually. One of the problems is that the automatic brightness setting actually sets the brightness too aggressively, which will drain your battery. So I normally set this manually for myself. Alright, another thing you're going to talk about, guys, is updates. One of the things I love is that you'll get monthly security patches. So like clockwork, every month you do get updates. Some of those updates will add features, such as recently we had that nice experience where we actually got the ability to actually hide the taskbar down here. So by just tapping that option on screen there, you can actually hide the taskbar, and there are features being added and old stuff being removed as Samsung aims to perfect the design of the Samsung Galaxy S8, right? Issues with the device overall, there are very few issues. However, each experience will be a little bit different, as some people have complained of some of the sensors have stopped working. I had one such issues, but it has not ruined the experience with the device, as it's still a solid device that I have no regrets spending my money on, as it is actually worth the investment that was put into this. All right, so guys, if you love the Samsung Galaxy S8 and you're thinking of picking it up, I would give it a thumbs up on the display. The Infinity display is definitely worth the investment. It will actually make it hard to actually go back to older displays with those thick bezels, right? And of course the camera is on point. It takes great photos in direct lighting situations and also in less than ideal lighting conditions. Audio is great or okay, however the speaker can get muffled at times. Security is also nice. The fingerprint sensor works okay once you get used to the placement. However, the iris sensor is the better sensor to use, which makes it unlocking your device super easy. And of course, the build quality looks good, however it is less than ideal, as you do not want to drop your phone. Gaming is on point. This thing is a beast. Updates, you get regular updates, and of course this device does have its issues, but overall I give it about a 8 or 9 out of 10 has been a great device. So this is going to be one of the best phones you'll ever find for the year. I can say that hands down. So if you're thinking about getting it and you actually have the money to get one, go ahead and pick up the Samsung Galaxy S8. So guys, recorded with my review of the Samsung Galaxy S8. And of course, if you like the review, please give us a thumbs up. This is recorded from Blog Tech Tips saying bye until next time. Bye.